Passing sheaths THHN subfeed wire through the back of an exterior surface-mounted NEMA Type 3 panel is permissible, provided a short length of conduit is installed where the wire penetrates the exterior of the house. This conduit serves to protect the circuit. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for such installations. NEC Section 334.15b addresses conductors entering equipment. This section stipulates that raceways must be used to protect conductors from physical damage as they enter equipment. In the scenario of running THHN wire through an exterior wall into panel, the short length of conduit fulfills this requirement by providing the necessary physical protection for the conductors. This is particularly important where the conductors penetrate the exterior wall, as this area is susceptible to environmental factors and potential physical damage. The same rules apply to exterior surface-mounted alternating current disconnect boxes. These boxes also require raceways to protect conductors entering the equipment, aligning with the principles outlined in NEC Section 334.15b. When installing conduit for this purpose, several additional considerations are important. Firstly, the short length of conduit should be securely fastened to the panel or disconnect box. This ensures that the conduit remains in place and continues to provide adequate protection to the conductors. Secondly, the THHN conductor should be secured within the conduit to prevent movement and potential damage. This can be achieved through the use of appropriate fittings and fasteners designed for use with conduit and THHN wire. Thirdly, the conduit should be sealed to prevent the ingress of moisture. This is particularly important in exterior applications where the equipment is exposed to rain, snow, and humidity. Sealing the conduit helps to prevent corrosion and other moisture-related damage to the conductors and equipment. When selecting the appropriate type of conduit for this application, several factors should be considered, including the size and number of conductors, the environmental conditions, and the applicable electrical codes. Common types of conduit used for this purpose include electrical metallic tubing, or M, rigid metal conduit, or RMC, and polyvinyl chloride, or PVC conduit. EMT is a lightweight and cost-effective option that is suitable for many indoor and outdoor applications. RMC is a heavier gauge conduit that provides superior protection against physical damage and is often used in corrosive environments. PVC conduit is a non-metallic option that is resistant to corrosion and is suitable for underground and direct burial applications. In addition to selecting the appropriate type of conduit, it is also important to choose the correct size of conduit. The size of the conduit should be based on the size and number of conductors being installed, as well as the fill requirements outlined in the NEC. NEC Chapter 9 provides detailed information on conduit fill requirements. It is crucial to ensure that the conduit is not overfilled, as this can lead to overheating and other problems. When installing THHN wire and conduit, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. This includes properly stripping the insulation from the conductors, making secure connections, and using appropriate fittings and connectors. It is also important to ensure that the conductors are properly supported and protected throughout their entire length. In addition to the requirements outlined in NEC Section 334.15b, NEC Section 300.4 also addresses the protection of conductors and equipment. This section provides general guidelines for protecting conductors from physical damage, including requirements for supporting and securing conductors, protecting conductors from abrasion, and protecting conductors from exposure to corrosive environments. When running THHN wire through the back of an exterior panel, it is important to consider all of the requirements outlined in NEC Sections 334.15b and 300.4, as well as any other applicable electrical codes. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable regulations. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Working with electricity requires a thorough understanding of electrical codes, safety practices, and proper installation techniques. Improperly installed electrical wiring can pose a significant risk of fire, electric shock, and other hazards. Therefore, it is essential to take all necessary precautions and follow all applicable regulations to ensure the safety of yourself and others. When planning an electrical installation, it is important to start by conducting a thorough assessment of the site and identifying any potential hazards. This includes identifying any existing electrical wiring, water pipes, gas lines, or other utilities that may be present. It is also important to consider the environmental conditions such as temperature, humidity, and exposure to corrosive substances. Once the site has been assessed, the next step is to develop a detailed plan for the installation. This plan should include a list of all materials and equipment that will be needed, as well as a step-by-step procedure for completing the installation. The plan should also identify any potential safety hazards and outline the steps that will be taken to mitigate those hazards. Before starting the installation, it is important to obtain all necessary permits and approvals from the local authorities. This will help to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable regulations and that it is safe for use. During the installation, it is important to follow all safety precautions and to use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes wearing safety glasses, gloves, and other protective clothing as needed. It is also important to use properly insulated tools and equipment to prevent electric shock. After the installation is complete, it is important to thoroughly inspect the work to ensure that it is safe and compliant with all applicable regulations. This includes checking all connections, testing all circuits, and verifying that all equipment is properly grounded. If any problems are found, they should be corrected immediately. Finally, it is important to document the installation for future reference. This includes creating a detailed wiring diagram, labeling all circuits, and keeping records of all inspections and repairs. This documentation will be helpful for troubleshooting problems in the future and for ensuring that the installation remains safe and compliant over time. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that your electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable regulations. Remember, electrical work is not a do-it-yourself project for everyone. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. They have the knowledge, skills, and experience to complete the installation safely and correctly. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest changes and revisions. This can be done by attending training courses, reading industry publications, and consulting with qualified electricians. Staying informed about the latest electrical codes and standards is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical installations. When working with THHN wire, it is important to use the correct size and type of wire for the application. THHN wire is available in a variety of sizes and colors, and each size and color is designed for a specific purpose. It is important to consult the NEC and the manufacturer's specifications to determine the correct wire size and type for your application. In addition to using the correct wire size and type, it is also important to properly terminate the wire. This includes stripping the insulation from the wire, making a secure connection, and protecting the connection from corrosion and damage. Improperly terminated wires can lead to loose connections, overheating, and other problems. When working with conduit, it is important to use the correct type and size of conduit for the application. Conduit is available in a variety of materials and sizes, and each material and size is designed for a specific purpose. It is important to consult the NEC and the manufacturer's specifications to determine the correct conduit type and size for your application. In addition to using the correct conduit type and size, it is also important to properly install the conduit. This includes supporting the conduit, making secure connections, and protecting the conduit from damage. A properly installed conduit can lead to sagging, leaks, and other problems. When working with electrical panels and disconnect boxes, it is important to use the correct type and size of equipment for the application. Electrical panels and disconnect boxes are available in a variety of sizes and configurations, and each size and configuration is designed for a specific purpose. It is important to consult the NEC and the manufacturer's specifications to determine the correct equipment type and size for your application. In addition to using the correct equipment type and size, it is also important to properly install the equipment. This includes mounting the equipment securely, making secure connections, and protecting the equipment from damage. Improperly installed equipment can lead to loose connections, overheating, and other problems. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that your electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable regulations. Remember, electrical work is not a do-it-yourself project for everyone. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. In summary, when passing THHN wire through an exterior wall and into a panel or disconnect box, always use a short length of conduit to protect the wire from physical damage. Securely fasten the conduit, secure the wires within the conduit, and seal the conduit to prevent moisture ingress. Consult the NEC, specifically sections 334.15b and 300.4 and local electrical codes for detailed requirements. If unsure, consult a qualified electrician.